go back to, but y'all want to go back to Buc-ee's. What I'm sipping on, doing my mushroom coffee. Can't find the lid. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm on the way out the door. I'm glad I saw that. My refrigerator door still open, trying to get out. I'm gonna show y'all without my cute purse. This is an Aldo bag. That's cute to me. So that's what I'm toting. Aldo is a good brand too. They got great shoes, hand purses.
Christians cheat, all of that. All of those things. You're asking how can you fix your failing marriage before it's too late? You gotta fix yourself, you gotta fix these things together. So again, I suggest counseling, therapy. You're staying in this and you're not happy, and she may not be happy either. Where you are right now, it can lead to cheating, it can lead to resentment, disrespect, distance, all those things. And before you know, you'll be a divorced Christian if you don't decide what you're going to do and try to fix it now. Steve?
Yeah, great response, Shirley. This marriage is over. This is a wrap. You ain't fixing this one. This one is not salvageable. I'm going to read you. This is a man who wrote this letter, and I am going to show you why this letter ain't going to work. First of all, when a man get down to writing, he already done. he just need to hear some other opinion. So listen to this. 47-year-old man married to a 42-year-old woman he's known for 12 years. We got married after we had been apart 5 years. This is critical to the letter. They had been apart for 5 years. A lot can happen in 5 years, and a lot of changes can happen in 5 years. I'm telling you, this marriage is over. I didn't want to let her go again, so I rushed in before we got back together. Now, I rushed in. Before we got back together, here's your problem. I dated a great businesswoman that was the total package. She was a great cook. She held it down as a small business owner. She looked good and smelled good all the time. She set the bar really far as high as they could go. She didn't want to be married, so we ended up going on. This I will show you later on in the letter why this is the whole problem. This is why this marriage is good. Because in the 5 years that they were apart, this is what and who he got involved with, and this is how he felt. During the 5-year period they were apart, this is the description of what this man was doing. I dated a great businesswoman that was the total package, great cook. She held it down as a business owner. She looked good and smelled good all the time. She set the bar really far as high as dating goes. She just didn't want to be married, so we ended up growing apart. Then he said, I rebounded back to what was familiar and who I was comfortable with. And the problem is, she's way too comfortable with everything. Oh, great, we gotta fix this one strong.
All right, we'll have part 2 of your response coming up, Steve, to this letter, the kitchen and the bedroom. Coming up at 23 minutes after the hour, right after.
Hey, I didn't catch the first part of it. We at the hump day already, ready. Hey, Latima, great morning. You up on this early morning grind. How you doing this morning? How are you doing? It was something I wanted to, a message I heard this morning. I'm trying to remember what the message was, but it had a lot of good points, and I did write it down. I did. I'm trying to remember what was said in the message. It'll come to me. Okay, so I usually want to do like a wealthy talk corner, and I kind of, you know what I'm saying, my thing was I wanted to kind of like put like a forum together on ways to, you know, gain wealth, you know what I'm saying, and wealth, and when I say that, like ways to set yourself up to think outside of, you know what I'm saying, what people usually think, because wealth, it does start with the mind. You know, wealth starts with a mindset action, and you seeing yourself in a better place than where you currently are. Like you actually seeing yourself, and it really do start with the mind. Because if you see a person that's in fear or a person that's complacent, they don't see themselves beyond their current status, their current situation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, we all was there. We all was to a place to where, and fear comes from whenever something happened or when you've been defeated about stuff. So you know what I'm saying, we all are there. Some people are, they just stuck in that status. So a person that's in fear, they just thrive for just having just enough. They just thrive on, okay, I'm just okay, I don't want to mess nothing up. So those are the ones that they're not going to take risks. And risk, I'm going to tell you about risk. There is such thing as taking good risk, like calculated risk. Sometimes taking a risk, a lot of times taking a risk pushes you out of your current mode. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, in order to step out of your current mode, you're going to have to take a risk at something. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to step out and walk on faith with something. Even when God is about to elevate us, he also put us through a trial. So them trials are not comfortable. Those trials, those things are to get us uncomfortable from out that situation that you're currently in. Because God knows if you stay in that situation, you comfortable, you are not going to go any further. So that's the same thing with taking a risk at something. Some people might not have never been in a particular group or room, and it might be some things like kind of over their head. But taking a risk at it is like, I'm gonna go see what's going on with it anyhow. I'm gonna go see what they're talking about. I'm gonna go take a notebook and take notes. I'm gonna join this master class anyhow, because I want to better myself. So that's the risk that you are taking. I'm gonna speak up on this anyhow. So whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? Because that, like, when stuff is kind of over your head or something you don't know about, it's kind of good to put yourself among that stuff, to put yourself in those type of rooms, so you can be able to, you're stretching your stretching your mindset. You're basically giving yourself time to learn new ideas or whatever that is. So that's taking a risk. Just putting yourself in places and in rooms, learning different things, maybe trying that ideal out. You know, like for me, I risk that I took because what I didn't ever like public speaking. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I fear that I'm gonna mess up. Like, you know, like how these different people be stuck in their head. You have different fears. I'm gonna mess up, this and the third. But that's a fear I had to overcome. I had to get out of my own head. It wasn't that people was holding me back. It wasn't, I was holding myself back. Thank you, bro. Thanks for watching. Great morning. I was holding myself back in that because I didn't believe I had the faith that I could have did well in that, or I probably was comparing somebody who was doing it much longer than me. So that was the thing that I was holding myself back on that. So, you know, fear, it can be crippling. It can be. So being able to, that's why I say when they say wealth, that starts with the perception. You know what I'm saying? That you're tired enough. You're tired of being sick and tired. You're tired of your current situation. You're tired of going through the same things, the same ropes. But you got to be tired in order to make a change. A person that ain't tired, they're not gonna make that change. That change comes from being tired. That change comes from you taking that risk. You know what I'm saying? That brings about change. You wanting better. You want to do best. You're changing. You know what I'm saying? And because you're going to take the steps to make that change. You know what I'm saying? That's what all wealth is about. When we talk about wealth, people look at the manifestation of it, like the money in the bank, the residual income, making money and sleep. Yeah, that's wealth, the properties and all that. But really, wealth starts with the action and with the mind, really. Like those people that acquire all that stuff, either they were born in that or they had the action to do something about this situation. They flipped, they turned, they made lemonade out of lemons. They actually made an action, they did something. You know what I'm saying? They had to do something in order to get to the point to where they are. And they kept doing it. They kept going. They kept being persistent. They didn't give up. Yes, it gets hard. Yes, the struggle is real. But they had to pick their hard. They chose their hard. They said whether I'm just gonna sink here or I'm gonna keep going. Because either way, it's gonna be hard. Like some people, you just don't have no choice, because if you stop, you will never get anywhere, because you're in the middle. Or if I keep going, you know, I might achieve something. You know what I'm saying? So you just you know what I'm saying? So if you're like in the middle, you may as well keep going. If you already started something, or you already believed in something, and you don't see the physical manifestation, you may as well keep going. You might as well, because stopping, you will never see your progress. You will never see how far you can get at that particular thing if you stop. So that's my wealth encouragement. Wealth, guys, the wealth manifestation, when you see people, they have, like I said before, they have the physical property, money in the bank, investments. Yeah, but then where did that start off? How did they get that? What did they do to acquire that? I'm not talking about people that scam now. I'm talking about the people who actually put in work. They had an idea. They stepped forth in that. They went past the odds. They beat the odds. Yeah, there were odds and obstacles, but they went on anyhow. You know what I'm saying? So for them to acquire whatever it is, so it had to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And we know, and fear is crippling. Whenever you're afraid and you just kind of staying in that mode, that's the trick of the enemy, to keep you there. That's why fear is something people shouldn't underestimate. Don't underestimate fear. You know what I'm saying? Fear in the sense, you're afraid to better yourself. You're afraid that people not going to accept you. You're afraid that your idea is not going to pop off. You're afraid that you're not going to get the support. It may look like that, but in the beginning, but you got to keep going. You got to build whatever that is you're trying to do. You got to build your audience. You got to build your network. You know what I'm saying? You got to network. You got to build that. So that stuff takes work. Like content creating, businesses, things like that. Anything you do, self-employment, all that stuff, it takes work. You know what I'm saying? It don't start off peaches and creams in the beginning. Not all the time for some people. Not everybody's journey is different. But we all know if you stop, you will never see fruit. We all know that if you stop, you'll never see fruit. So think about it, y'all. When we talk about wealth, we think about, you know, maximizing and optimizing, leveling up, getting to a better place and point in life. That start by first operating in faith. Instead of we saying, I remember I heard the term, I got this from T.I., fake it till you make it. You're gonna fake it till you make it. I got that phrase from T.I. But instead, now I changed my lingo. I'm not saying fake it till I make it. I'm saying faith it. I don't want to fake nothing. I don't want to fake being rich. I don't want to fake, you know, acting like I got more. I want to actually have it. So I don't want to live off of that no more. We all said we gonna fake it till we make it. No, we gonna faith it. Cause while you working and while you believing for that thing, you're gonna apply faith and you're going to work so you can make it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm throwing that out. I used to love saying it because I heard that from T.I. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that sound good. It sound good at the time. Fake it till you make it. We gonna shine. What was that movie? That movie with ATL and the little brother. He had like a little fake dime. He talk about you shining in it and you gonna fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? So it sound cool. And that was a thing back then. We used to get the different things. We used to act like we got, like some people have like a bunch of ones. They act like they had like a wad of money. Like they got hundreds. They flipping out ones. You just like really faking it till you make it. But now it's about faith in it. The times we in and stuff like that, you want to faith it till you make it. You want to apply faith. You don't want to be faking all your life. You want to faith it. You want to be real. You want to do the work. You want to be honest. You want to have integrity. Faking it, the word itself sounds like you don't have no integrity. You're not being real. You deceitful. Like that's not good. So we got to change that around. Another thing hit me this morning too, as I was like, as I was listening to Tony Evans in the morning. That's a YouTube channel. He's a pastor. Some stuff, and I was kind of thinking and I was journaling. I was saying, when we say things like, everybody say multiple sources of income. Everybody, that sounds good. Everybody say that. But I'm saying multiple resources of income. Why I say resources? Because God is my source. So say if one of your sources is no longer, they decide they're gonna go back, they going bankrupt, or they decide that they no longer want to work with you, and that source we saying multiple sources cut out, and you depending on that, and you now put all you depending in, and you now put all your hope and all that stuff in there, and that's gone. So what we got to start saying, resource. God is the source, because if you have that, if you think that way, when that fall through, God gonna put you to another resource, because he's the ultimate source. You know what I'm saying? So it's different things. When we change the mindset, of things, we won't feel so defeated. We can thrive and level up, because it all starts with the mind. As a man thinketh, so is he, and all that great stuff. So just kind of think about some of the stuff that some of the cliches and stuff that we subscribe to. Now that, boy, I'm telling you, that fake it till we make it. But I was heavy on that. I'm gonna fake it till I make it. I'm gonna get me some fake diamonds. I'm gonna get a fake ring. I'm gonna get a fake bag. We gonna fake it till we make it. And you still faking it. So it's faith it. We gonna faith it. F-A-I-T-H. Because you know what I'm saying? Just in case people don't understand my dialect. Faith it till we make it. That should be our thing. And have multiple resources of income, not sources of income. Multiple resources. Think of everything as a resource. Your job is a resource. Your property is a resource. How did you get that stuff? Who is giving you the power to gain wealth? God. So look at it like that. Everybody got to change their perspective. I think once you change your perspective and change your mindset, you can be able to do a whole lot more. That's what I'm saying. That's my tidbit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to drop a Wealthy Wednesday encouragement word. You know what I'm saying? That's what we say. Wealth is our birthright. It is. You know what I'm saying? God came to help the oppressed. Jesus turned over tables at the tabernacle. They turned his little tabernacle into a whole marketplace. He turned over tables. He's not for the people being oppressed. So we got to look at it as source. He wants us to thrive. So multiple resources of income. We need to start saying that. Faith it till we make it. Change around your words. And then you start to see things different. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and head off, guys. So I appreciate you, bro, for watching. Latima, who's ever watching in the background. Thanks for watching. Feel free to share. Let's think well. Let's change our mindset. Let's tweak some things around, guys. Y'all, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a happy, wealthy Wednesday.